Hey Aquarians, welcome back to Deku Tarot. Welcome to your weekly tarot reading for June 8th through the 14th of 2020. So we're using this really beautiful new deck here, the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. I just got this. It is so gorgeous. I'm in love with it. It is just beautiful. I mean, look at the back side of the cards too. Just gorgeous. They're all golden. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Anyways, let's get into your reading here. We're skipping out on the astrology this week because I know I'm late. I know I've been late with the monthlies and the weeklies. It has just been, and as I start saying this, it is downpouring, so I hope you guys can hear me. But it has been a really trying, really difficult, and very emotional time to be a reader, to be tapped into the collective. And as I say it starts raining harder, it feels like that. It feels like the rain is coming down so hard within me and within the collective consciousness. And it is a very difficult time of change, but it is the entrance to the age of Aquarius, and what else can we expect as we try to unify humanity? So it's been very emotional for me on a personal level, and again, on that level of being an energy worker, a reader, it's been a lot. So I do apologize, but I'm doing my very best, and if I could give you the world, guys, I would give you the world. All right, so let's get into your reading. Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, June 8th through the 14th. And I'm just letting the cards kind of fall as they may. I'm not putting them into different categories. We're just flowing through the week with how the messages come out. Okay. Expected that one to come out. Wow. You guys are coming to a major crossroads this week, that's for sure. You feel at a crossroads, and you need to contemplate where you go and what you do from here, for sure. It can be very difficult to do. Actually, let me just talk about the cards that are out, and then we'll pull clarifiers. The messages are just coming. It'll be very difficult to do if you're being defensive and ready to attack. So, and again, it's not like it's in a negative way, but I would just say you're feeling very worn out and battle weary for sure when you get the Nine of Wands. He's exhausted. He'd love to lay down and take a break and take a vacation, but he has to stand up and be ready for the next battle. And the only thing that can bring him down at this moment is self-doubt, or just make sure that you're not backing yourself into a corner with how aggressive you're taking any attacks this week, how you're taking how people are speaking to you as an attack. And I think that there is a lot of defense mechanism stuff going on here because maybe we're not facing some inner truths, or we're being maybe a little unwilling to face some inner truths here. And so we might want to say this and do that and come up against somebody that we feel we need to fight with, and that we need to contradict and show, beat them down, show them you're wrong. But what's interesting is that that's not really the way to go about this. You might really feel comfortable doing that, and comfortable in the way you have been doing that, and feel like, you got this big wand, you got something really big to say here, and you're very excited about it, and you feel very just with it. But it also begs you to look, again, like I'm telling everybody this week, look down the well, especially during this time. It just asks you to look down the well, to look at your subconscious fears, to look at the things that are coming out. Why is this really speaks to me about this attitude. And then I can't wait to get to the lower echoes, the below level of this reading, because we do go deep, we go below, we go into the well here in this reading, and I can see it right here. You guys are looking down and looking at your subconscious fears, the subconscious yearnings, the things that are coming up. There's instinct here as the moon as the moon howls at the wolves, as the wolves howl at the moon here. And yet the crayfish comes out of the water to show the armored parts of ourselves that we need to look at. The defensive part of ourselves here. What is the Nine of Wands being so defensive about? And why is it such an angry defensiveness? It's one thing to be ready to continue to pick up and battle on, but I don't know, there just seems to be this aggression that is somewhat misdirected right here, and needs to be looked at within ourselves here. Why are these things coming up? Why are we feeling this way? Why are we reacting this way? Our inner child, and that's part of us that has these subconscious emotions, fears, attachments, and negative aspects of ourselves that we've kept armored, that we've been defending, and really beg to be looked at this week. And that's where we get all this gobbledygook here. Let's not pretend like it isn't. But when you get the Seven of Cups reversed, the Hangman reversed, and the Nine of Cups reversed, we have to be willing to look through these ideas, look through the confusion of all of this, and figure out which cup is going to give us solid ground. And that might be uncomfortable for us, and it might ask us to look at our own self-satisfaction, to look at our own platform and the way we're feeling, the way we are, and what we're standing in emotionally, what we're so satisfied and feeling like we don't need to work on, maybe actually begs work on it. It actually asks you to look at your position and to see things from a different point of view, a more grounded point of view as well. It's taking what's going on or what you're going through, this shadow aspect, looking down the well, and has you looking at, again, aspects of yourself that I feel like we're all in the face of this week, I feel like I'm continuing a conversation through all of these readings here this week where we are looking down the well, and it's bringing up different things for each of us, things maybe we've been confused about, and we can now put a solid name to that. Maybe, wow, I didn't feel satisfied about that aspect of myself. This has bothered me emotionally. Maybe I thought I was, all fixed and I didn't need to learn. I didn't need to grow. I didn't need to, allow myself to be broken down in this moment, to look at myself in a different aspect and in a different way. It's not so much attacking others, but looking and breaking down ourselves in a loving way and in an understanding way to try to find a different perspective that can relate and grow from what's happening towards a better and more aligned future. Grown, intelligent, balanced, matured, adapted. The Temperance card asks us always to adapt to our situations by growing internally, by learning not just through logic, but through emotion. And this peace and the internal brings obviously external balance as well. It's, finding again a balance, adapting, adjusting, working through this. And we need to be in this process of learning. And again, that Sagittarian eclipse really has us, letting go of the past and looking at, what can I really do to better myself for the future? What have I been, so self-satisfied and unmoving about that I can actually maybe flip and change? And maybe it is uncomfortable, but nobody said any of this work was uncomfortable. Was going to be comfortable here. And obviously the Two of Swords is here. I feel like I let her up earlier, but as I read, and because these readings are always channeled, I tend to forget when I've held a card up or not. But Two of Swords is here, and that's what I meant. We're at the crux of this crossroads of which way we will take our energy, which way we will take our knowledge, which way we will take what we learn and what we are ready to confront, or maybe that we feel we're not ready to confront this week. But let's get a Lindsay Andrews to make sense of this mess here, because it's definitely a messy week, but it's also a week of deep learning and looking at our ego in a more broken down aspect, our ego and our pride, and letting that go in the face of what can I really divine and learn from this situation? What can I really divine and learn from how I'm acting and why I'm acting this way, and what that has to do with what's going on now? Ooh, a lot of stuff here. Let's see. This one's popping right out. Offering. What a beautiful card, right? Every day of our lives, we take from Mother Earth our energy for life. We forget the ancient tradition of the sacred giveaway. Take a moment to sit in silence and count the magnificent things you have in this life, even if only the wondrousness of being given life. Reflect on the great Mother, Mother Earth. Ask yourself, what have I given back to her lately to heal her? Then think of the higher version of life and balance on this earth, and realize that the greatest gift you can give this earth and your fellow humans is your own enlightenment. In this way, you tear away the veils of ignorance and present the magnificence of your being to everyone who experiences you. Everyone around you is lifted and inspired. This is your offering. How beautiful, how Aquarian. Let's just leave it there. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this reading. Thank you so much for all of your support. Do make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to book a reading, all that info is below. If you want to get an astrology or numerology analysis or compatibility, do check out Truly Divine. Use my code Deku30 to get 30% off. You can use it as many times as you want, share it as many times as you want, so take advantage of it. And have a wonderful and blessed week, guys. And join me over on Instagram, just Deku Tarot on Instagram. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. Namaste.